Welcome, everybody, to Short Bets Fantasy Sets. Welcome back, Nas. I hope you had your little vacation, your paid time off. I don't pay you, Nas, to take time off. I don't pay any of you guys, but it's what it is. Welcome to another week in the NFL. A lot of sports going on. Week 7. Before you tune into the show, subscribe, like, go to our website, purchase some merch, things like that. And as you can tell, I'm very upset right now. We're going to get on the round table, but I will go last because I want to start with the winners here first, and then Nas, who I think will be a perpetual or perennial loser all year with the Patriots. He'll be going last as long as I will with the Cowboys. So, Mike, you were at the game Monday night. I think they just threw another flag, by the way. Just unbearable to watch just from a view standpoint. Mike, go on. Yeah, gloat a little bit. Let make us hate the Bills again.
Well, listen, the game was probably the craziest game I've ever been to, just with all the flags and the fights and, you know, the Hail Mary. When that Hail Mary happened, I figured we were going to lose that game. I was like, all right, well, that's pretty much it for us. But, I mean, look, Josh Allen's playing at a level. I know he didn't play well versus Houston, but Shakir wasn't playing. Like, Shakir is really integral to our offense. And, you know, I think Ray Davis, I don't know if you guys ever heard of him, probably not, but he's a running back we drafted out of Kentucky, and he had the most insane game too. Like that catch he made, that 40-yard bomb was wild. When if Josh Allen's running to the sidelines, you know he's about to pull some shit. Like, you know he's about to probably throw like a miracle pass, and it's going to get completed. I mean, he's done it at least 3 or 4 times already this season. So I was watching that podcast with Bill Belichick and Peyton Manning and Eli Manning, the little thing they do, and they were saying, like, the one thing you want to do is just keep in the pocket. Once he gets out of the pocket, like, he can make any throw, any possible on the field. So, yeah, I was excited that the Bills won, and it was a crazy, crazy game. And, yeah, I'm excited for Cooper, too, to see what he brings to the offense.
Yeah, I always thought Josh Allen was a way better advanced Tony Romo type quarterback. Just to keep him in the pocket. Once he gets out, he's just insane, hard to stop. Possible MVP this year. Ray Davis could be foreshadowing here for a possible fantasy sleeper. I don't know. Just throwing it out there. But how are the Jet fans at the game?
The Jets fans, so I was going to sit in the nosebleeds, but the company I work for actually bought me like front row seat tickets to the game. So I was sitting by myself. I didn't know anybody, but I was surrounded by Bills Mafia because we travel very well.
Yes.
So I let all my douchebag friends sit in the nosebleeds, and I was front row seat. It was an amazing experience. Amazing.
So you just ditched your friend you had already bought tickets with.
Yep.
I respect it.
You going to do your boys like that? Damn,
well, look, they were all Jets fans, number one. I was not going with any Bills fans. But the Bills fans I met at the tailgate, I already knew they were going to the game, but they were sitting different from us. So I had no hard feelings. You know, they had no hard feelings. Me ditching them. If you would see my seat, you would know why. Like, I was pretty much up there.
Yeah. I actually respect you more for ditching him personally. I would have done the same thing, sir. Big time winner again, back on track. Nice easy Sunday for you because you had a Thursday game. I feel like the Seahawks could have covered, and Geno Smith just a horrible fucking interception at the end. You back on track? How you feel?
I don't know, man. Once again, we didn't really close that well. We were up 23-3 at half, and then they kind of came back a little bit on us. Like, got to put those boys away, you know. But hey, I'll take the win. Win is a win. You know, more injuries again. Mason got banged up. They brought the young kid in. He was running hard, but still, just, you know, can't close an injury is story of my season this year.
Yeah. I still think the Niners will be fine. They're battle tested. They're a scary team. Like, that's why I felt the Seahawks put your foot down right there. Like, drown them. Put your foot on their necks, and now you're letting them breathe. And you know that if the Niners get in, they're a problem. You know.
And I'm just saying, they should have blew them out. They were up big, and they let them kind of, you know, get some confidence early in the third quarter. So no, can't be doing that to teams. You know?
The difference next week. Y'all gonna take care of the Chiefs. I know that.
Hey, we'll see. You know what I'm saying?
I have a rule which we'll get to during the picks. I have one rule when I pick football or college, but we'll get to that. The Mike wasn't on the show last year. You guys know my rule when it comes to the best player in the world when it comes to picks. Nas. Drake May, okay, he looked all right, man. Now, you're probably going to finish last, so your bold prediction is going to be wrong because you did lose to the Dolphins. But how'd you feel, man? I haven't been in that position as a fan in a long time where, like, a rookie quarterback you want to just see good and you know your team's bad. What'd you take away from that game?
There's hope. I think there's hope.
It's dangerous.
I think he played pretty well. Obviously, he made some mistakes, but for the most part, I think he did what everybody thought he would do. But I think there's hope. There's hope.
I honestly thought he played better than I thought he was going to play. I thought he was going to have one of those like horrible fucking games, and he was giving me a little annoyance because I picked up the Texans defense in fantasy. I was like, all right, you let this fucking loser keep throwing touchdowns. Like, stop. Like, do a pick six here. I'm going to get to my Dallas Cowboys now, which were
here we go. Everybody
fucking embarrassed. Thank God for the Yankees. That's all I have to say. Now, if you notice, I don't wear jerseys when they lose. I get mad. I'm rocking my Ace of Base hoodie right now, which I stand by. The most heinous crime of the 90s is that we were never given an Ace of Base halftime show for a Super Bowl. I stand by that. They would have put on a huge fucking show. But on to the Cowboys. I have an issue here. And they're exactly where I thought they'd be. 3-3 at the bye. And then they're going to just get their cock stomped in San Fran next Sunday. It's just going to, like, it's setting up for that. And I know they're all injured. They really are. They are just devastated with injuries. That's no excuse, though. And I think the Lions here, I'm watching the Lions play, and I'm watching Washington play, too, earlier in the day, who did put up a pretty decent fight versus Baltimore. And I'm watching Cliff Kingsbury call these screen passes that are so creative, just like fake screens. Then Austin Eckler dips to the middle. There's the screen after it's a fake side screen. Then I'm watching what the Lions are doing on offense. And it just goes to what I'm saying. These young coaches. I know Kingsbury was a coach, but he's still a young coach calling plays. Creativity. Mike McCarthy, these Cowboys, like, I could predict what they're calling when they get to the line of scrimmage as a fan. I will just turn to my wave and say, here comes a screen. Here's a run. If I know that as a fan, then the people getting paid millions of dollars on the sideline, Aaron Glenn and the other defensive coordinators, like, they know what's going on. And it has to be, to me, it's the most infuriating thing to watch, like, this mundane, vanilla offense with no fucking running game. Like, this is the worst running game I've ever seen the Dallas Cowboys have since I've been a kid. All these years, even after Emmitt Smith, they had Trey Hambrick for a year, who was pretty good. Rushed for 900 yards. Then they got Julius Jones, Marion Barber, DeMarco Murray, Ezekiel Elliott. Go on. What's up,
Your old line ain't the same as it used to be, bro.
It's not the. I get that, and that's another thing with the Cowboys. It was almost like people were saying, "Don't sign Dak to that deal," but in a way, to me, looking at it now, it was a good deal because they have one lineman who's in his second year, two rookie linemen, one including the center. If all these pan out in year 2 or 3 of Dak's deal, they might build that great offensive line. I get that. You need line, you need to win in the trenches, but this is the most vanilla offense ever. Dak's not playing well. No quarterback really is in the NFL lighting it up. It's a very weird fucking league this year. I know scoring's down, but like this just goes with what I'm saying. You need a more creative offense. This isn't our NFL we grew up with. It's different. You need fucking wild shit, creativity. The Lions are playing with the Cowboys. They were laughing at them. They're lining up fucking linemen as wide receivers. Like,
yeah, they were trying to get that touchdown to Panay Sewell. Like,
it was revenge from last year, and you know, it was a very, and I watched it till the end because I wanted the pain. I felt like I deserved it. You know, just like this is what I get for buying in. Like my wife's in their room and she's like, "How's the game going?" Which is the worst because it's like it's going horrible. Like it's like, and I'm like, they're getting the shit kicked out of them. And she goes, "Oh, that's fine. And maybe next." I go, "I don't need your apology. I just want it to hurt. You know, like just let it hurt." But I don't know. You guys agree with me on that? Like, you got to go young here. You got to go creative. Like all these old retreads, it's just it's over. Mike, do you agree with me? Please.
Yeah, I mean, I think
even Sean McDermott. Sorry to cut you up. Like, I know he's a good coach, but like he's getting up there too, where the game eventually is going to pass. I mean, like if the Bills can't get it done, it's like, all right, you're gone, buddy. You know,
Joe Brady. I mean, you have to have a great offensive line. I mean, who's your OC?
Who's the OC? It's McCarthy calls the plays.
Like, so you don't have an offensive coordinator? Like,
no, he calls the plays. And last year, Dak did have an MVP year. I don't knock him, but it's like I think Dak just kind of played out of his mind last year. I don't think it was because of McCarthy. I think he just had one of those like years,
contract year.
Yeah, you're right. It was his contract year. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's old school for a coach to be calling plays when you have an OC. I feel like he has a job. Like, let him do his job. Like McDermott gave the calls to Joe Brady since our OC got fired last year in the middle of the season, Kent Dorsey. So, I mean, Joe Brady's, I think, has a creative mind. He's young. He's young as hell. I think he's like 35, 36. Yeah. So, I mean, we are going that way, just not the head coach. I don't mind if the head coach is old as long as you have a young OC calling plays.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like you guys say every year. So, I don't watch these.
What about your defense, though? Like, no talk about your defense?
No, because they stink right now. But that
wasn't the case last year, though.
They're injured. They're like injured at the most important positions right now. They don't look good. They look awful. But week 3, I complained about Mike Zimmer. I said the same shit. Another retread. Enough. Like these fucking like fossils that have been around. Like, oh wow. Like Joe Brady's probably salivating. These young kids, Ben Johnson for the Lions, they're probably salivating when they see these guys constantly get rehired. This isn't like Dick LeBeau 20 years ago. When like the Titans rehired him, it's a different NFL. It's a different fucking NFL. The players are faster. You need to be more creative, and the Cowboys are just on the route here. I know they were 3-5 in 2018, and they won the division, won 10-6, but I don't see it this year. I think they're a very mundane team. I think it's going to be a chalk up year. I think this is a McCarthy's getting fired year. I really do, and I think they're going to make a bad decision. I hate to say this. I think they're going to make
they already did by paying Dak $60 million.
Right. Well, I once again, I don't mind that because that's just the market for the quarterback. Trevor Lawrence, horrible contract. Tua, horrible contract. Like it's just that's the market. The market sucks right now. But I think they're going to make a mistake and hire Belichick, and I never thought I'd say that in my fucking life. I think they're going to go that route again, and it's going to be the same shit. That's just me.
I don't think. Belichick is tough because Belichick's going to walk in the door and want to call shots. And, Jerry is not going to let that slide.
Okay, here's my argument with that. If you would have asked people in the 90s if Bill Parcells would have ever worked for Jerry Jones, they would have laughed at you. Mm-hmm. And it worked. I think, like, it did work up until the T.O. thing. And he did change the franchise around. This team hasn't been disciplined since Parcells left. Holding penalty. Every time they have something positive, it's like once in 4 or 5 sets back. Wow, what a great run, holding. And then some idiot with face mask or a late hit on the sideline when you didn't need to do it, just brain dead. It's frustrating. Thank God for the Yankees. I'm telling you, thank God for the Yankees. That's my rant, though. That's my rant.
I think Bill hates the Pats so much he's going to want to go to a team in the AFC East.
No, but who? He doesn't. No, he hates the Jets more than the Pats.
The Dolphins. They're going to fire McDaniel if the Dolphins don't play well this year. I could see him going there.
They'd be crazy to fire McDaniel there.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, he'll go to Miami if his 24-year-old wife wants to live out there. I guess whatever she wants to do, he'll end up doing. Well, all right, that's the roundtable. Let's get into the big news here. We'll start with the DAVANTEADAMS trade, which a few weeks ago, Mike, you did call that would happen, going to the Jets. It was just inevitable. So, 2-4, though, in my opinion, he should have been on the field with the Jets on Monday night. This might be a too little, too late type thing because it's another Aaron Rodgers pretty much runs the Jets at this point. Mike Williams is pissed now. Garrett Wilson's not going to get the ball as much. It's going to be interesting to see how that works out. Mike, you're in their division. How do you feel about this?
I mean, look, whatever Rodgers wants, Rodgers gets. I mean, if he wants – we just relieved Marquez Valdes-Scantling. I'm assuming they'll probably want to pick him up too since he was on the Packers. So it's like whatever he wants, he gets. He runs the team. I don't think, like you said, too little, too late. It's very weird that they made the trade like the day after the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, why couldn't you make this on Saturday? He would have played. He definitely would have played Sunday or Monday. So, yeah, I mean, I do think it does get him better. I mean, DAVANTEADAMS is an elite receiver, but like you said, too little, too late.
Yeah, I agree. Sir.
Can DAVANTE make a tackle? Can he kick field goals? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I told you, like, it's the defense, you know what I'm saying? Really wasn't the offense, like, but I don't know. I don't really think it helps him, but I know Rodgers, that's his boy, so he wanted his boy.
I guess the 3rd round pick is really nothing. And if it does turn into the 1 or 2, that means the Jets made the Super Bowl and they're fine by you. Yeah, if you're a fan, Nas, go. You got another elite receiver in your fucking. By the way, nice nap time game coming up. Everyone wants to sleep in this week. They don't have to wake up for the London game. Pats Jaguars. Go on, Nas.
Plus 198, but
If y'all win that game, you're gonna lose Travis Hunter or Shadou Sanders.
Yeah, you might want to just.
You might want to lose that game and draft those guys.
But nah, I think it's too late because all right, he gets Davante Adams to the Jets, but what happens if this doesn't work? Then what?
Then Aaron Rodgers probably throws a fit and retires, and then the Jets are fucked.
I think it's too late. I think it's over. I think it's over.
Well, here's the most telling part, and obviously it's a good trade. It's a harmless trade, like whatever.
Yeah.
Here's the most telling thing. Aaron Rodgers leaves the Packers. Like, Jordan Love's got them. They don't miss Aaron. As much as they didn't miss Brett Favre when Rodgers took over, they're in the same position. They don't miss Aaron Rodgers right now. Like, Jordan Love had them in the playoffs last year. He went to Dallas, won. And if that kicker doesn't miss field goals in that NFC divisional game, sir, they probably win that game and go to the NFC Championship. They probably do. And this year they're 4-2, even after he got injured. Like they're hanging on 4-2, chance of the division, and Love's bowling again. So like it's really telling that this guy has so much power, but it's a desperate franchise, a franchise that is just they do everything wrong, ass backwards. It's the life of a Jet fan. So I feel bad for them a bit, though. But Saleh was probably very happy.
He's getting paid to sit on the couch.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, why can't I get paid to sit on the couch?
You know what I'm saying?
You know? Yeah, whatever. All right, next trade. Mike, you were very excited about the Amari Cooper trade. It moves the needle a bit. You're a big fan of Cooper?
Yeah, I mean, the guy's been a 5-time Pro Bowler. I don't know if he's ever played with a good quarterback. I'm sorry.
He played with a good quarterback. Come on.
Okay. I don't think he's played with a quarterback like Josh Allen.
No, he hasn't.
So, he's going to be. I think obviously I don't know about this year about doing career stats, but I do think he moves the needle a lot because we don't have a guy who can separate on the outside at all. Keon Coleman is not ready yet, and Khalil Shakir is our slot guy, so we were relying on Mac Hollins and Curtis Samuel on the outside. I mean, Curtis Samuel's a slot guy too, so I mean we just don't have any outside guys, so I think it's going to open things up definitely, especially for the tight ends because if Dalton Kincaid has been having a weird season, I think this will open things up for him too. So it's not just him, Josh Allen getting better with Cooper, but I think it'll open up other guys too with having Cooper on the field.
Sir.
I'm happy for Cooper, man, getting out of Cleveland, man. That whole offense is a dumpster fire, bro. Like, ever since they paid Deshaun, I don't know what's going on with them. So, happy for him. Get out of there, go to Buffalo, go play with, Josh Allen and them boys. Good for him.
Nah, what do you think? It's your division again, which just seems to be loading up while you guys just wither away in self-pity.
I'm glad for him that he got out of Cleveland, but my coach in high school, Eric Rosenmeyer, always told me your biggest ability is availability. So, he makes sure he's available. If he's not there on 3rd down, 4th down when it matters most, what was the point?
And as a Cowboy fan, I'm all too familiar with that. When he was available, for some reason, he was always on the sideline on 3rd and 6s. I had enough of Cooper by the time they got with him. He's a great route runner, great receiver. Yeah, He'll be great with Josh Allen. There's just something about him. Like, I want the Steve Smith guy, the ice-up son, and Cooper just doesn't have that in him. And I don't know.
Yeah. I was watching the introductions for on Buffalo, and
he's a quiet guy.
Very quiet guy.
Yeah.
Even when Brandon Beat said he was scouting him in Carolina because they had like a top 5 pick Carolina at the time, so they went to Alabama to go see him. I was like, dude, the kid was like just really to himself, and like that's who he is.
Yeah, which is fine. You can be. It's better than being one of these fucking idiots on social media and putting everything out there. I'd almost rather have it that way. It's just like you wonder if he's got that fight in him you need. But he's a great receiver for Dallas. He probably got Dak a contract, honestly, in 2020. Last thing, then we'll get to our picks. We got to talk about the tool bag in Philadelphia. Nick Sirianni, who just keeps burying himself, fighting with his fans after Philly just won. This is just a Nick Sirianni thing. If the Eagles don't make the playoffs this year or have a quick exit, judging from last year, Nas, I want to start you. Do you think Sirianni's just burned enough bridges to where they're just going to get rid of him?
Yeah, he's done. He's
done.
He's over.
It's not even a debate for you.
Yeah. Do you know those fans are like you know those fans are like really impatient. Like Philly fans are really impatient. They want it now. But I did like what he did in the game Sunday, how they were chanting like fire Sirianni, and then they win, and then he went out to the stands like that. I did like that. But I think if they don't make a long run in the playoffs or make the playoffs at all, I think he's out of there.
I would actually argue he's one of the most interesting coaches to get to a Super Bowl. Like he wasn't that good. It was like weird looking back on that. He actually led that team in the Super Bowl. Could have been the coordinators though, as I know Philly fans say. Mike, is he done if they don't go anywhere this year?
I would say so, yeah. I mean, it's hard though. I mean, I'm not as like confident as Nas, but if you had a gun to my head, I'd probably say yeah, just because of the fact that this is decisions. Like he's like every Eagle fan I talk to is just like his decisions that he makes during the games are just terrible. It's like a Sean McDermott every 4 quarters. You know, like Sean McDermott in the 4th quarter makes terrible decisions. It seems like Nick Sirianni during the whole game, he's just doing those dumb decisions.
Yeah, overthinking it, which we saw again. I forget what game. It was another game, just kick the field goal type shit, and they didn't. Sir, is he gone or no?
Well, I mean, I don't wish for anybody's to get fired, but I'm pretty sure like that it's probably not because he was on the hot seat coming into the season. So you go through the season and miss the playoffs. No, I think it's a wrap for him.
Out of all these, go on.
You just saw Saquon. Come on, he's out of there.
Well, I have to ask you. I'm just a quick round table here. You just saying him.
I heard when I heard with the crowd. I heard the crowd was saying, "Yo, run the ball." And then when he turned after the game, he's like, "Yo, see, I ran the ball." So like, come on now, fam. Like now we're taking play calling from the fans now. Like, all right.
All right. So Nas, I'll start with you. Who's the first to get fired out of these 4? McCarthy, Sirianni, Doug Peterson, or Stefanski in Cleveland?
Mike McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy. Mike, who you got?
Peterson.
Yeah, sir.
Peterson.
Probably Dougie P. I don't think Jerry's not going to pay another coach. I think McCarthy makes through the season.
I think Peterson's the only one who has a chance mid-season to be fired.
Yeah, I think
maybe the Browns. Maybe the Browns.
Yeah, but I'm saying I think Dougie P is probably like he might not make it through London again. You know what I'm saying? They might have this game, and after London, they might leave him there with Salah.
I think he's a goner.
All right, let's get to our picks here. Last week, Mike won 1-1. Nas was 2-1, I believe, and Sir is 2-1, and I am 0-3. So the standings right now: Mike 11-6-1 in the lead. Nas coming back 8-10. Sir 7-10-1, and Scott 5-12-1. So take my bets and bet opposite. I'm doing you guys a favor. I'm losing on purpose, so Scott, you guys know.
You get for shooting at our team, bro. That's what
it's true.
Exactly.
And what's weird about
the Jets are going to destroy Buffalo.
What's weird about me is
by 20 points.
on my actual weekly sheet, I tend to do pretty well. I go like 9-5, 8-6, but I don't pick the 3 games that I should. So it's always the 3 I fucking lose. This week's gonna be different. Mike, you are in the lead, so you get the helm again. Go for it.
All right, I'm gonna start off with the team that just lost to the Buffalo Bills. I'm going Jets -1.5 versus Pittsburgh. They got Adams back. If they lose this game, when they just traded for Adams, this will be really embarrassing because it looks like the Steelers are going to start Russell Wilson, and we all know how Russell Wilson plays. So,
love that.
Can I say one thing about that? What are the Steelers doing, bro? What? Like,
I don't know. I don't know why they did that.
Justin Fields goes 4-2 with them. Before last week, they had no rushing touchdown outside of Justin Fields. And then you go and pull him and put Russell Wilson. I don't know. I don't understand that move, bro.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. I mean, Mike Tomlin, I thought he was a good coach. Hopefully, he makes the right decision and keeps Fields in because I don't think it's official yet. But
I'm saying, but I still man, you leave him in there. I don't know, whatever. Go ahead.
Second pick, I'm gonna take. I don't know why this is -3. The Eagles versus Giants. I mean, neighbors might not play. Eagles are they just won a game. I mean, I don't trust Daniel Jones to cover 3 points at all, especially against probably the team who's gonna win the division. So I don't know why that's -3. That's easy for me.
So Philly -3?
Yeah. And then I'm taking the over on the I usually don't do overs unders, but I'm taking the over on the Texans-Packers game. I feel like that's going to be a shootout. Stroud is hitting his stride with Tank Dell finally back. So I do think that game goes over. I think Love has a game. I think the Packers win that game, but over 47.5.
47.5. All right, so Jets -1.5. Love that pick, by the way, Mike. Philly -3, and which means you're going to lose that pick. Over Houston, Green Bay, 47.5. Nas, second place Nas, making a run up the basement here. You go now.
All right, so Sunday morning, I'll be up there. I'm going Patriots +5.5. We are going to. Oh my God! I think Drake.
Who y'all playing?
The Jags.
Horrible game. Do your yard work. Take the girl out for breakfast. The game you don't need to watch.
Man, stay in bed and go to sleep, man. What you talking about?
I think Drake May is going to put on a really great performance. I think he's going to throw for close to 300 yards, 3 touchdowns again, and probably have 1 turnover.
That could be your fantasy sleeper, man. Drake May.
My second pick, Scott. I remember I heard you say this before. I don't know where it is, where I heard it from. But when Patrick Mahomes is the underdog, you don't bet against him. Give me the Chiefs plus 1.5. They just came off a bye. They're rolling. It's Patrick Mahomes. He's best quarterback in the league.
Right. The world.
My third pick is give me Baltimore minus 4.5. I think it's at, or 3.5. Might be at 3.5.
It's 3.5. Yeah.
Okay, give me Baltimore minus 3.5. I don't see Tampa Bay stopping that run at all.
Yeah.
At all. So those are my 3 picks.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler. The Saints were up in that game actually for a little bit. It was kind of a wild game. Sir, third place, sir. You know, try to get back to 500 here with a 3-0 week.
All right, let's get it. All right, so the first pick, Mike, I agree with you on one of them. Give me over 47.5. Houston, Green Bay. Battle of 2 young good quarterbacks, C.J. Stroud, Jordan Love. You know what I'm saying? I see that being a little bit of a shootout, so I like that pick. Second pick.
I dip into what you do. I mean, you usually go over unders. I have to dip in what you're doing, but hopefully it works out.
Now, hey, listen. Every now and then we in here. All right, my second pick, give me Detroit, Minnesota, over 51. Listen, Detroit's been putting up a 40-piece. Sorry, Scott, in back-to-back weeks.
I mean, they scored 51 themselves.
Yeah, no, I'm saying Minnesota's been putting up, been put up 23 every game so far. Last year, these 2 teams combined for 54 and 50 in their 2 matchups. So, and these 2 teams, they battling for that division. That division's pretty good, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, over 51, I like that one. And then my third pick, I'm going with the SIR method. You know what the SIR method is. Give me the Chiefs plus 1.5. If I get this pick wrong, that means I had a good day. You know what I'm saying? I know I can go into the details. Oh, yeah, Mahomes is the underdog. Andy Reid off a bye. Whatever. I want to hear that. SIR method. Chiefs plus 1.5.
All right, and the basement dweller, me, 5-12-1 here. Looking to get 2-1 here, just to get my head above water here. First game, we got a lot invested in this Green Bay-Houston game. Jordan Love's rolling right now. The Packers are minus 2.5. Tell me they can't win this game by a field goal at home. Give me the Packers minus 2.5 to win this game. Jordan Love has another big game and possibly gets his name up there with MVP with Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson if he keeps this up. Second game, I like the Rams at home, even though they're 1-4, minus 6.5 versus the Raiders coming into LA. I think they'll win by a touchdown. They're coming off a bye. The Rams, I don't know, I still feel like they're not that bad, even though they're 1-4. Maybe I just have the Super Bowl recency bias in my head because it's only a couple years. And I got to roll with Nas and Sir here. I have 2 rules in football. One in college. When you get Alabama plus money, you take Alabama. And when you get Patrick Mahomes plus money, you take Patrick Mahomes. That goes to any sport. If you get any player, the best player in the sport, LeBron at his prime plus money, you take him plus money.
Now you just fuck Nas. Now you fuck
That's
Nas
fine.
picking them.
I rode this method to the Super Bowl last year.
I hope we're all wrong.
I rode this method to the Super Bowl last year with every pick, every bet I made, because he was a plus money in the Buffalo game, the Baltimore game, and the Super Bowl. And a lot of money was made after a lot was lost, of course. So, I'm riding with that Chiefs plus 1.5. So that's it. We got 3 on the Chiefs here. Gonna be interesting here.
I hope we're all wrong and not as blow them out. So
they're due to lose. You're not going undefeated. And what's scary is they haven't even looked good, and they're 5-0. Which they could repeat, man. If not repeat this year, maybe win 2 out of the next 3 at least. Thank God he's in the AFC, not the NFC. That'd be brutal. All right, so fantasy sleeper. Last week, sir, we'll give it to you. We'll do the thumbs up next. But Shaheed had a punt return. Everyone else's picks really weren't that good. Rattler was okay. Tolbert maybe had 1 catch, which fucking loser. Nobody did anything. And Nas, Marvin Harrison, not really a sleeper, got taken out of the game in the first quarter. So not much going on here.
He got put to sleep.
Yeah. I'll start with myself here. I'm going to go with the hot hand, Mike. Buffalo, Ray Davis, 5,200.
That was mine, bro.
That's fine. I'm gonna go with that. And if you win, if me and you win and tie, I'll give you the thumbs up, thumbs down. But like 5,200, go get yourself a top running back and make him your second running back. 5,200 here, Ray Davis. Mike, I'll go to you if you're doing that.
Yeah, I think the Bills are gonna blow the Titans out. So even if Cook plays, which I don't think he will, but even if he does, they're gonna put in Ray Davis. And after what he did last week, I mean, there's no way you don't give him more volume, right?
Yeah, I agree. All right, Nas, who you got?
I'm going back to that 9 o'clock game. I'm gonna go the Mario Douglas.
Okay.
Receiver for the Patriots. Him and Drake May had a good little chemistry going on last week against Houston, and that's his road dog. That's his Wes Welker. That's his. So I think he's gonna.
All right, that's great. When the Patriots have 3 points at half, it's gonna be interesting.
No, you might be one of 4 people watching that game at 9 o'clock. Bro.
Yeah. Fucking Jaguars, man. Just stop with these London games.
They might as well just move to London. How many times have they played there?
It's basically the de facto London home team. That's their home team, which sucks for them. You know, that's like them giving us like fucking Sheffield FC. That like in the Premier League if they just played in New York exactly. So the team that just got really delegated, to the lower level in the Premier League. I don't know, man. I'm just spitballing. Is that how soccer works? Who cares? All right. Sir, who you got?
All right. I'm going to go with, back to the wide receiver I'm going to go with Juju Smith-Schuster, 4K. Last week they had a bye. The last game he had 7 catches for 130 yards. Him and Mahomes got a little rapport. And I think he's one of their number 1 receiver option right now with Rashid Rice getting hurt. So, I mean, if top receiver at 4K, you can do worse than that.
I agree. All right, sir. Give us your thumbs up, thumbs down.
All right. So we mentioned before, my thumbs up player this week was Mr. Jordan Love. That brother balled out. You know what I'm saying? 258 yards, 4 touchdowns. 9 different people caught a pass. The brother was cooking. So that's my thumbs up. My thumbs down.
Somebody on this show in 2020 said that he was going to be the best quarterback out of that draft when all was said and done, and that was the draft with Burrow and all them. And we'll just see how that pans. I don't remember who said that though.
I wonder who. Yeah. All right, whatever. Anyway, so my thumbs down. My thumbs down is every Dallas Cowboy not named CeeDee Lamb, and to a small degree Cooper Rush. Man, fam, nobody on this. He came in garbage time and looked all right.
The punter didn't even punt. You can't give him a thumbs down.
I said every offensive player. All right.
Okay.
Aubrey kicked 3 field goals too. So, but every offensive player, man, you all get a thumbs down, bro. Except for CD. CD's an eye for himself, but everybody else, thumbs down, fam.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with Dak with some of these throws. Him and CD are off, man. Something's off. It's fucking weird. I don't get it. And it all started last year during the playoff game. Something was fucking off. I don't know. Wide receivers are a weird animal, though. They got a lot going on up there.
He was off. The running game was non-existent.
Except Amari Cooper.
Yeah, no. Amari Cooper might be the only non-diva wide receiver who's ever existed, actually. But it is what it is. All right, that's week 7. Enjoy. My birthday's coming up on Monday, actually. I won't say how old I'd be, but pretty awesome.
Happy birthday, Scott.
Happy birthday, old boy.
Happy birthday, Scott.
I'll edit that out.
Happy birthday.
Really quick, Mike, you had the random question last year about the Stanley Cup. I'll go a random question, Nas. Halloween movie, what's your pick?
Halloween.
That's actually your pick. Your favorite Halloween.
Yeah.
The old version with Jamie Lee Curtis, or the newer one, 2018.
Like 2018, that or Scream.
Okay, the original Scream.
Yeah, like
95.
Y'all time.
Billy Loomis. Okay, fair enough. Well, I hate Halloween, but I like Halloween movies. Want to see the Terrifier 3 coming out? Art the Clown. Awesome.
Oh yeah, what the heck's wrong with that movie? It's like everybody's saying it's so scary.
It's fucking awesome. Yeah, Art the Clown's mad. He's a mime who kills people. How insane is that? So, all right, guys, enjoy. Go Dodgers.